What's up, everybody? It's Mikhail Casanova coming at you with another video on the ROG Ally. This video is going to be a little bit different because what I want to do in this one is I want to talk about the various accessories that you're probably going to want to pick up for your ROG Ally. All right, hi, how's it going, guys? So future me here that's editing this video right now. Just want you guys to know that the audio quality that you're hearing now and at the beginning of the video and that you're going to hear for the accessories is going to be different because I was using a lavalier mic to do that part of the video, and then this part I'm going to be using my XLR mic here. So if you're wondering why it sounds different, that's why. All right, back to the video. I figured it's about time for me to do that. I've been meaning to do it, but being a full-time dad as well as full-time content creator and podcaster, it's kind of difficult to make time for a lot of things. So I figured, why not just go ahead and dive into it right now? So off the top, I want to talk about MicroSD cards. So there's several that you can utilize for your ROG Ally that I do recommend. And some of those that I recommend would be like the following that I have in here right now. I've got several, but this is one that I use. This is the Samsung 512 gig Evo Plus. Really great card. I also have a Lexar 1 terabyte card as well. And there's another 1 terabyte card. I'll leave it in the description down below. So they're great if you don't want to open up your ROG Ally to put in an M.2 SSD. Although that's another option. I'm probably going to do a video of myself doing that later on down the road. Just lately, I don't have the time to really sit and do that. So the memory cards, the microSD cards are great. So that's one I highly recommend. Another thing I highly recommend for your ROG Ally is a dock. Now I've got two different docks here from ASUS. These are both really good docks. Like, this is a good one for a couple reasons. Now, this is the one that has M.2 slot or an SSD slot in general. So you can utilize this. And it's got a gigabit Ethernet. You've got your USB 3.2s, HDMI 2.0, and your up to 100 watt power delivery. So this is really good. And your ROG Ally can easily sit in this. I'll show you guys how easily it sits. It sits perfectly. And then you can just connect the power cable like so, and you're all set and ready to go. Now, the other thing I like about this that makes it so great is that M.2 SSD slot. So I've got a 1 terabyte in here that came with this dock. Now, the one that came with it is a Gen 3, it's not Gen 4, but it's still good nonetheless. And for any games that I don't want to sit and install on my ROG Ally, I can just put them on here, and the minute I dock this, it literally auto connects, and then what I'm able to do is just go ahead and play the games off in there. Now, I usually have this dock sitting at my desk when I'm making content, and a lot of the more heavier games I want to test on the ROG Ally, or games that when I'm not working, I just want to play, are going to be on that M.2 SSD that's on this dock. So this is great. You can use higher cards if you want to. Now, I know this isn't going to be for everyone, but for me personally, as like a docked situation, this is perfect for that. And also, it's really cool because I have this set up at my, I have one set up at my entertainment center, and I'm able to just, my wife and I and my family, we can all like pick whatever game we want to play off of there that's not just stored locally on it, because we kind of operate this similar to a console. But you're also going to need a keyboard and mouse for that. So whatever you personally prefer for keyboard and mouse, that's great for that. Now, the other dock that I highly recommend is this one right here. I know the casing is pretty bad. It came pretty beat up from China, but this one from ASUS is really good too. So it's an 11-in-1 dock that is really good. And this more so fits with the mod case, but it's also great because you've got the gigabit Ethernet, you got your USB 3.1s, I believe, you got your HDMI 2.0 DisplayPort 1.4. You also have, with this, you can do an additional USB-C as well as utilizing it for power delivery up to 100 watts. And on the other side, you got additional, well, actually, yeah, so USB 2.0. And then you've got your 3.1s. Then you've got your regular SD card slot and micro SD card slot, as well as audio out. So this is cool because you can, if you're traveling, this is what I take with me, and I just use this in conjunction with something else, which is my 65 watt, which is really good. I like using this. This is from Ugreen. And the other one I like to take with me, if I need a little bit more power from powering more stuff, is my 90 watt USB-C power. And I got this one from Best Buy. I got it on clearance, actually. I paid like 10 bucks for it. This is 90 watt. It's really crazy. So these are the two I take with me. And they're usually just, if I don't need a lot of power, I take this. But if I'm running that dock, or if I want to run something else along with additional accessories, then this is what I'm going to keep with me. So outside of that, I also want to talk about cases. So I've got two cases that I utilize. Both were originally meant for the Steam Decks, but they do work for the ROG Ally. So this is one that I got from JSOX, and you can put your micro SD cards here if you want to store them. So I can show you guys how that works. Just plop it in like so. You put your cables in, and this is where I say like they're meant because of the cutout for the Steam Deck, but it still works. And with this, you got your storage and everything like that. You can store additional things. So if you want to put your bricks and everything else, cables, you can put them in there, and like so, it just works. And then you can prop it up too. So if you wanted to prop up your Ally, you can do so. The only reason I say not to do that with this is because your ventilation would be blocked here. So I don't really recommend doing that. But if you're powered down, plop it in there. You're all set and ready to go. And if you want to strap it in, you can do that too. If you want to strap it up if you want. So great case, a lot of storage, a lot of room. But the main case that I use isn't even this one. The main case that I use is this one from JSOX. Now, this is a sling backpack. I really like this one for a lot of reasons. It's small, sleek, and I can carry multiple devices in here. And it's got a lot of storage slots. Maybe you want to like put additional things, like additional straps and whatnot, you can. Or power cables. Very breathable, very lightweight, very durable too. So with this, what I like about this, you have two different areas where you can store stuff. So the back area, we're going to go ahead and get into that. And this, again, another device, or not really device, but another product that was made specifically for the deck, but also works with the ROG Ally. So you can just put it in, like so. It'll sit in, and if you want to put additional things in, you can. You can just close it up. Then you're all set and ready to go. But say you want to take your Steam Deck as well, or your Nintendo Switch. You've got additional room here to put one in here, and then you can also put your cables, controllers, headset. You can put additional stuff in here because you got all the extra slots that you need. And so this is my go-to. This is what I use. And it's got different ways you can strap on. If you want to connect it on the left or the right, you can. But yeah, this is absolutely awesome. I love this case. Now, other accessories I recommend for the ROG Ally would be a controller. And I know I've dogged on this controller for a bit, but if you do pick this up, you really won't have a bad experience with it. Now, the reason I'm going to say this one, even though I know I've dogged this controller, the Rakiri Pro, for a while, the reason I would say this controller is good, and no, it's not the OLED screen there, because I think that's really where the bulk of the price of this device comes from, but it's the custom buttons here. And you can customize these to operate the same way your Armory Crate and your settings, quick settings. You can set that to these. And this is probably the only controller that will work wirelessly and allow you to do that. So for that reason, along with the customization you can have for like tuning how you want the sticks, the dead zones, and the triggers to work, I'd say this is probably the best quote unquote option if you want full customization and wireless connectivity. I would definitely say this. Although you can just get a regular Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller or a Switch controller. The only reason I recommend this is setting these as you need them to be used. And it works wired, wireless, wireless being Bluetooth, as well as 2.4 gigahertz because of the dongle that comes with this. But you can just set this to Bluetooth for your ROG Ally. So that's the device that I personally recommend as far as like controllers. Now, outside of that, I also want to recommend some headphones. So we got two different ones. We got this one right here, which is the SteelSeries Arctis 7s. And we got the Pro variation. I've already done a full review on this. Now, the reason I would recommend these two, mainly, is how amazing and near lag or near lack of latency there is with the Bluetooth connection on both of these, which is really good. They also have the capability of being used with 3.5 millimeter inputs. So if you wanted to connect them, you could just literally take a 3.5 millimeter input, connect it like so, and then run it into there. So if you want to do wireless, and they sound really amazing. These are very comfortable headphones, fully customizable. You can buy various kits from SteelSeries or Wicked Cushion to customize them as you like and go from there. Now, the benefit of the Arctis 7 Pro wireless, this one right here, is it has two batteries that it comes with, and they're hot swappable, as well as a base station. So this is more so the headset that I use when I connect it to my desktop, and I use this mainly for like when I do podcasting and when I do editing on my videos and gaming and such. This is my main headset, and it has a little base station that comes with that. So what I can also do is switch it to Bluetooth and or turn on the Bluetooth rather. I don't have to switch it because you can actually have three different audios coming in. You can have what is coming through via the USB with the base station as well as Bluetooth, and then you can also just connect via 3.5 millimeter in, and there you go, three devices connected. Now this has this is slightly not as premium feeling, but I prefer the cushions on this. I find them to be a lot more comfortable. The difference with this is instead of having a base station, you have this dongle here. And you can, what you can do with this, it works with Switch, Steam Deck, and this. Just plug it in here, and then it'll pick up as a USB device. And also, the microphone will work with it too. Which, that's the other thing about these devices is the mics, if you want to use them, they're retractable boom mics, as you can see. So these are great devices. And if you don't want to use this 3.5 adapter, or not 3.5, but if you don't want to use this right here, this USB-C adapter, you can also do the 3.5 millimeter input on this, or you can do Bluetooth. So you got a lot of options and versatility with this. This is the main headset that I use with this, the ROG Ally, and it's the one that I recommend the absolute most because form and functionality. Now, if you need that additional and you're going to have this at your main setup, but you also want to use it with multiple devices, this is the headset, the Arctis Series Pro or 7 Pro is the one I would actually recommend going with. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, and I brought it up earlier, but I want to circle back to it, is this right here, the 75-watt charger. They have additional ones, but what I like about this, you can have two USB-Cs, as you can see here. So you can have one running in here, charging this, charge your phone, and you can also be charging whatever else. If you want to charge a controller, you want to charge a headset, this right here allows you to do it. this is something that is always on me when I travel. I keep this one on me too. Like I said, I utilize this 90-watt one when I need, and I love how long the cable is. But yeah, this is, if I just need to charge this and I want a quick charge, this is what I use. If I need to charge and charge several devices alongside this, then this is what I use. So there you go. So there are two additional accessories for the ROG Ally that I utilize. One being this one, which is a lap dock from UPerfect that I did a full review on this. I showcased using this with the Steam Deck. I also showcased using this with the ROG Ally, and it's one of the best lap docks that I've ever used. Great battery life, great functionality, a decent trackpad, but really good keys. So if you're traveling, you want to use this, use your ROG Ally as a computer, like full-on computer, like a laptop, then this is what you're going to use. Yes, I already know it is a full computer. But if you want to use it in that functionality, you can. You can also turn this all the way back the other way, as you can see here, and then use this as a portable monitor if you want, not only for the ROG Ally, but the Steam Deck, as well as the Switch, your iPad, and whatever else you want to. This is a great device. And the last accessory that I utilize is this 4K HDR 10 Quasi monitor from UPerfect as well. This is one that they sent to me. I did a full review on this. This is a great device that I like using. The only thing I dislike about this is how it's very glossy, so if light hits it like you're seeing now, it's just really reflective. So this is best if you use in an area that doesn't have constant light beaming on it, but for what it is, it's pretty decent. I personally use mine as a third monitor for my whole setup here, and yeah, it really works well for me. But also it works good the ROG Ally, Steam Deck, and Switch as well. So if you want a portable monitor on the go with a decent battery life, this one right here. And so with that being said, that's the video for the accessories that I utilize with the ROG Ally. What are some of the accessories that you guys personally use yourself? Whatever your thoughts are, why don't you let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to pick up any of these accessories, I will leave affiliate links down in the description below so you can go ahead and get them. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it, sub to the channel if you haven't already, ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the content that comes from this channel. And if you want to take it further, we do have Discord, and if you also want to support the content we do further, we got channel memberships, Patreon, and all that good stuff. And make sure you check out the podcast that we do every single week, multiple times a week, called Decked Up, a gaming and tech podcast, where we dive into not only the ROG Ally, but the Steam Deck, Switch, PC gaming, and just tech in general, like consoles, tech, cameras, mics, all of this stuff. We dive into it all. So that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe, be blessed, have aloha, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.